Anyone that's in a travel group today have seen the question, do you or do you not use a travel agent? That comes up about once a month in every travel group that you can possibly be in. Here's the deal on that. In most cases, it depends on the price of your trip. If you're booking a $500 to $800 trip, chances are you're probably not going to book with a typical travel advisor or travel agent. But when people say, I book on my own, I don't use travel agents, you cannot get around using travel agents. If you book with AAA, if you book with Costco, if you book with any of the online resources, you're going through travel agents. They call them in the industry OTAs, online travel agents or advisors. You can try to get around that, but I don't know how it's possible because they're either in call centers, many are in their homes, they're working around the clock. You experience that when you have a problem. If you book through Costco or AAA, you call and try to rectify, you're talking to someone at home, probably a grandmother or somebody working. That's the reality of that situation. So when people are online saying travel agents are extinct, they don't exist anymore, they're passe, nothing could be farther from the truth. Because here's another fact. You don't see people who are working, making large sums of money, having the time to chase rabbit holes on different websites, pulling up 50 or 60 different sources and all falling through. It doesn't work that way. Do you think for a second Oprah is booking her own travel? Mark Zuckerberg is booking his own travel? It doesn't work that way. People are using good travel advisors. It's just that certain people on certain levels are not, and that's understandable. So when you make those statements, you should be thorough before you discredit a whole industry, because the travel industry is a $1 trillion industry. Corporate travel, luxury travel, it's growing rapidly. They can't build cruise ship fast enough. Group cruises, senior trips, wellness travel is a $560 million industry within the travel industry. Wellness travel. And these people who are going out of the country for therapy, operations, and just wellness in general, they are using professional travel advisors who can put them in these destinations and put them in reliable hands. It's part of an industry that's growing rapidly. You often hear in travel groups from individuals that they had a bad experience with a travel advisor or a travel agent. People have bad experience with dentists, with doctors, with lawyers, with mechanics, with accountants. That's the nature of doing business with people. The key is you have to vet a travel advisor just like you vet any other profession. And just because you had a bad experience with one doesn't make the whole profession corrupt or tainted. So it's unfair to criticize and just drop a bomb on the profession because you had a bad experience. The key is vetting that. Do your research. Choose the right one. You often hear people say, well, I can find a better deal than any travel agent. Well, you might have found a deal better than what a travel agent found you at that particular time. Prices constantly change. So if that travel agent gave you a quote on a Monday, you come back on a Tuesday and you find a better price, the prices possibly changed. Many times, it's wise, if you do your own research, run it past a travel agent. Let them check. It don't cost anything. 90% of the time, if they can't beat what you got, at least they can match it. And they then can add in perks, upgrades, various things that can, in the long run, end up giving you a much better deal. It's your money, and you have every right to spend it however you choose. But when you're sharing information on social media, do your homework and try to share the facts. So here's the deal. Before you get on social media giving bad advice saying that people don't use travel agents anymore, just make it personal. Just say, I don't use travel agents or I don't use travel advisors, because the industry is being utilized and the occupation is growing.